This year was, I don't know why we did this, but John Bando and I told us it couldn't get any worse than last year. Last year was about as nasty as you could get, but pretty much this felt pretty nasty. Still is. I don't know, it's all relative. I'll tell you, last night the full temperature was 17 degrees. We had gusts of wind up to 43 miles an hour, and wind chill was just hovering just above 0 degrees. So to give you an idea what these kids went through last night. We had, let me see, we had 31 youth and about 15 adults. 6 or 7 of those came, this year we partnered for the first time with Lakewood United Methodist Church. They came down to join us, and St. Peter's across the church also slept out last night. So we had a big group. Real quick, I'm just going to mention the 4 places the money goes to, and I'll give you a total. Family Promise, who we've worked with quite a bit in the past. There's a number of people in outreach that have been involved in with Family Promise. Trials for Hope, which was new this year. We were fortunate enough to actually have a gentleman who started that organization actually stay out with us last night, and that was fantastic. Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, and then of course Whitehaven, which I think many people here are very familiar with, and the performance that they put on. So, the number that I have right now, and John and I pretty much feel this is a record as far as we know for overnight street collection. So this doesn't factor in online donations. We have $3,460. That might be over $3,500. I just can't count change, and I John couldn't count change. That was only 2 years ago. So in 16 years, this is 16th year. That means that this church has donated to homeless organizations well over $57,000. So we should all be very proud of that accomplishment.
I just wanted to share a few stories about collecting the money and things. So one of them, all that change that he was talking about was from this one man. So he pulled up and he was like, "Do you guys accept donations or change or something?" We're like, "Yeah." And he had this giant red Solo cup of change and just dumped it all into the bucket. We filled up half of the container, and it was kind of strange because as we were digging through it, there were mints and and there was some random key and it was very strange, but I mean, it was change, so that matters. There were a lot of other fun things that happened, although some coins, it got really cold, and some parts were kind of hard, and it was not the most fun experience, but I had a lot of fun with my friends, and that's really what matters. We were helping the helping people, and it was pretty awesome, so yeah.
I counted around my 6th time I've done the Homeless Awareness Sleep Out, and I apologize in advance if I completely zone out because I am about to pass out. Rough night. My story I wanted to tell wasn't about last night's experience. It was about something that happened a few days ago, where I was sitting with a friend of mine after a rehearsal we had, and we're not close friends, but I've known them for a very long time. And we got to the point where we're talking about, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" I said, "Oh, I'm doing the Homeless Awareness Sleep Out." I said, "Oh, I was homeless." And all I could say was, "What?" And they said, I was speechless because I've known them for so long, I couldn't imagine them in that position. And they said, "Yeah, for a long time when I was a kid, my family would sleep in an old abandoned home." And I just sat there in shock. I didn't know what to say. And I just couldn't believe it. And so if you just look at the people in your community and say, this could be any person. It could be a friend, a family member, a student, whoever. It can happen to anybody. And that's what really I brought to this experience last night, is that I'm helping the community. I'm not just helping the homeless shelters. Things can turn around for anybody who's in this position, and it's a tragedy what homeless youth go through, because we get a taste of it, and we get the privilege of being able to come back in the sanctuary and sleep in here if we get too cold. I did it. I know a lot of other people did. It was just terrible weather last night. And just, when you leave today, just think how lucky you really, really are that you have a place to go home to and you're not sleeping in an old abandoned home. And thank your community for everything they do. And I just thank you all so much for your donations. It's been a great experience thus far. I second the last one. Thank you so much.
As a follow-up to like what Audrey said, this really can happen to everybody. And the thing about like the real thing, you can't just go home the next day and just sleep in your nice, comfortable, warm bed. You have to deal with this any weather, even if it's pouring out, or even if it's below zero. And I think that's really what I gathered from last night, is that these are real bad conditions and people don't have the option of just running inside and sleeping in a nice heated place. And also, like, people will say, oh, this is fun, and yeah, it was, we had dumb conversations and stuff, but like, these people who are out there every night don't necessarily get the luxury of saying, oh, this is fun, or oh, I can't wait to do this next year, or things like that, because they have to deal with this every day, and they really shouldn't have to. And I think that's why we need these donations, and why I'm so thankful that everybody donated, and thank you so much.
This is my last year, and as I was reflecting in my box, and I realized this was year 7 in the box, I felt like that was so many years, and I came to realize that that's only 7 nights, and that's just a week. And for some people, that's just the beginnings, the first 7 nights. And so I reflected, and I realized about what I could take from this experience the rest of my life. And I'm so thankful for this church and everybody that's been a part of this program, because the lessons that I took from these 7 years are things I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life. And I remember last year there was a sign that hung up there, and it's now right outside the social hall, and I saw it as I was packing my box, and it says, "We are the church." And there's things under that that say stuff like, fight for the powerless, or some about helping the poor, and those are easy to relate to, but there's also ones that say reject racism. And I think that's what this event has always been. It doesn't matter about the color of your skin or your ethnicality, or if you're a man or a woman. We're here to help people, and if you're willing to come and ask for the help, we've given money to the people that are willing to give you that. And that sign, we were the church last night, and I don't feel like a lot of people can say that. We were able to go outside in 0-degree temperatures and say that we were the church. I think that's so powerful, and the things that I have learned will forever be with me. I just want to thank that church for giving me this opportunity and allowing me to help spread this church's mission. Thank you.